comes in like a bulldozer. Hello and good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, September 21st, and guess what? Survivor is back, and we are here for our cast preview and draft tonight. You have half of the draft here on your screen. If you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitch, we'll be here for the next hour or so to break down the Survivor 41 cast as we know it so far. Draft it among our normal draftees for both Survivor and Big Brother. I'm Dave Mader, joined with my brother Jeff Mader, and we got Jaemeel Robinson and Darryl Clarke here on Super Mader Brothers podcasting to talk about this. Or you may be listening to us in the audio version, like on wherever you get your audio versions. Let's just say hello to everybody. Jeff, how are you tonight?
Splendid.
Resplendid.
That's good. Jaemeel, how are you? Got you sporting your Red Wings hat?
Yep. I couldn't find my buff, so that'll have to be for a future episode.
Yeah, right. And Darryl, welcome. And thank you. We're going to be looking ahead to later this week. Was tomorrow night the Survivor premiere is happening. It's a 2-hour premiere. And here on Super Mader Brothers podcasting, we're in the middle of Big Brother coverage as well. Jaemeel and Jeff and I, and Darryl, you've been on a couple of those podcasts too, talking about that whole season for 11 weeks. But now we have to try to juggle both shows as one's winding down and one's amping up. So tomorrow night, Jeff and Jaemeel are going to be covering the Survivor premiere, and Darryl and I will be doing the veto episode of Big Brother, a late one. So. It's a busy podcasting scene here in the network, as we're also going to be doing a Star Trek podcast over on Live Long and Podcast right after this. Okay, so let's get into our draft order because we have people waiting in the queue for this to all break down. I'm going to bring up our draft list here just so that we can follow along and see what's happening. I'm just going to take down the banner here. Oh, and we got some comments here. We got our good old friend Sam is in the chat. And he says he thinks the Yasi will be the first tribe to go to tribal, the yellow tribe. We have a yellow tribe called Yasi. We have a blue tribe called Luvu. And I guess a green tribe. Green tribe called Ua. Is that what it's called? Or Ua? How would you guys say it?
I'm disappointed there's no purple tribe, so.
Yeah, good thing there's no orange tribe. Orange tribe always does the worst. Okay, so as you can see, so let's just those are the 18 contestants, 18 survivors that we have coming into this season, and we've predetermined our draft order with because we have 8 people in our draft, we have 18 contestants, so. It was decided by me that Darryl, or I guess whoever had the first and second pick, we're going to also get 2 more picks at the end because
what the hell is this 7th pick? Who did this draft order? Gary Bettman? It's rigged.
It's all rigged.
I think it's appropriate for your performance, Jeff.
You got 7 and 10.
Okay.
At least I got a good number. I got 7. That's a good number.
Yeah. And so what I think we can do tonight, guys, is do our draft order. That way the people in the chat can, they don't have to hang around while we talk about each one. And then once we have our 18 selected, then we'll kind of maybe dive into these different contestants as much as possible and talk about who's who and who do we like. But without giving too much away, maybe we can jump right in. So Darryl, the floor is yours, and you have the reign. Now you won't get to pick again till 16, so make it a good one.
Okay. After careful consideration and checking the betting odds in Vegas, I am taking former NFL player Danny.
No surprise. No surprise. This is a Darryl. Danny McRae of the Luvu tribe. Let's bring him on here and throw him
classic
onto our draft.
Darryl pick.
Yeah,
classic Darryl pick. A former. I was only if he had played for the Raiders would I have been sure it was a shoo-in. But tell us a little bit about Danny. What do you know about Danny, Darryl?
Well, according to his profile, 3 words to describe him is competitive, charismatic, and optimistic. So
and soon
That's
to
what
be voted out.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to Jaemeel, who has our second pick overall.
So after
Yes.
I was robbed last year, I hope this is a winning pick. Danny was actually my fourth pick, was fourth on my board, and number one was the very annoying David Vokey.
Really? The neurosurgeon?
Yep, number one pick. That's my number one pick.
That's who I was. He was my second pick, Jaemeel.
Huh?
It was him and Danny were my top two picks.
Okay, that's cool. Everyone
Okay.
can see my email address.
Sorry, Jen's asking me if we're doing this. What else do I got to do? All right. Sorry. Who did you take, Jaemeel?
David Vokey.
I was not listening. David Voci?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
took the
Voci.
neurosurgeon. The neurosurgeon.
The neurosurgeon. Okay,
Yeah.
so David Voci is going to Jaemeel. Oh, there we go. And we'll just of the Yasi tribe, a 35-year-old from Chicago.
Yep.
Okay.
Because everyone's from Chicago, New York, or
LA.
Florida. So, yeah, LA. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Or
have
Toronto.
our first two picks on the board, Danny and then David. So the floor goes to Jen, and Danny and David are gone. This is always the hard part.
If they're all in Twitch,
YouTube
chat,
or wherever,
it'd be
you can watch
easy.
us on any one of those channels.
Move them to Twitch. Move them to Twitch.
I'm trying to run a podcast. So David gone. Jen's pick.
Jen.
Jen is up. Well, we're in Jen, and then Sean will be coming. Oh, and do I hear a ding?
Yep.
And she's taking Tiffany. Okay, so
Oh,
Jen.
It's not Big Brother, Jen.
Tiffany Seeley, a 47-year-old from Plainview, New York.
11th on my board.
11th on Jameel's board. Okay, and now
15 on my board.
okay, Sean is up.
She's from Queens. To give her a break. She's from a girl from Queens.
Are they going to make like a New York cookout with all the New Yorkers?
I think we could see a cookout on this season again.
Yeah, we could.
Eric is going to Sean. Okay, so Sean is taking Eric Abraham, also of the Yasi tribe, from a 51-year-old from San Antonio, Texas.
14th.
All right, so 14th on your board. Now Jane is up. Oh, and Jane has scooped me here, taking your namesake, Jaemeel, our fellow Robinson.
Ooh. Taking a Robinson.
Fellow Jay Robinson, too.
Yep.
Could be related. Distant relation.
Yes. And so Jane has claimed JD here in the draft of the Ua tribe, a 20-year-old from Oklahoma City. And he was one I was really looking at. I got
Perfect draft, Jane. He was 5th on my board.
Yeah. Amanda is up.
Amanda, who are you taking? Nothing. Just silence.
She's reviewing a board. She's like, everything got moved around.
She's eating a Tim Hortons sandwich and she's studying.
She's been reading all the bios all day, right?
No. But she's studying the pictures and the faces now.
Brad.
That's how she took Big D 3rd overall. Just remember that.
And she knows how to pick them just by the faces.
Number 8 on my board. She has picked Brad. Reese.
She said Brad?
Brad Reese.
Oh, Brad. Okay, Brad Reese going to Amanda, also of the Ua tribe. Okay, and just to put Amanda,
He was number 8 on my board too, Jaemeel.
Yeah.
Brad Reese.
Simpatico.
A little bit of an older cast here, huh?
Yeah.
You know, quite a few over 50 here, in their 40s, which for Big Brother would be unheard of to have this old cast.
They probably got vaccinated earlier, so that's why.
Okay, so Jeff, you are now the next draftee.
I'm taking Erica.
And Jeff is taking the Canadian resident. There's been other Canadians, but this is the first time someone who lives in Canada is allowed to actually compete, or since they've opened up that. So, Jeff, are you happy with your pick?
I love it. I'm shocked that she fell to me. You guys are all idiots.
Number 2 on my board.
I'm a little shocked Jane didn't take Erica. So I am left now. I get 2 picks in a row. And if I can't have Erica, I ought as well take the next best thing, which is the other Canadian here, the secret Canadian who now lives in Washington, and that would be Chantel. Chantel is going as my first pick here.
Last on my board.
Last on your board?
Yeah.
of the Luvu tribe. Oh no, I was the wrong person. And geez, who else do I want? I'm going to take Nasir.
Number 3 on my board.
Who?
Nasir.
Oh, him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Of the Luvu tribe.
37-year-old.
Yeah. A 37-year-old from Morgan Hill,
Sri
California.
Lanka. That's not his hometown is Sri Lanka. That's not a town.
It's a country, but you know, it's all good. Okay,
so would not be able to find on a map.
I'm feeling really good about
Darryl excluded.
So I am now officially out of this. I have my picks: Shan or Chantel and Nasir.
Well,
so back
Jane,
to you, Jeff.
To be honest, I think once me and Darryl already picked, you were already out of it to begin with. So
I guess so. The only one I really wish I could have drafted was JD. I was looking at JD and I was looking at Erica, but they are both gone. So, so let's go, Jeff. Who are you thinking?
I'm between 2 people.
I'm trying to mentally.
They're not similar at all.
I know, but I know who's on my board next, and I'm just telepathically trying to help you.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to not pick either of those people. I'm going to take Deshaun.
Oh my gosh.
Deshaun.
No, you have to see it. Next on my board.
Deshaun goes to Jeff here. And so, Jeff, you are now also out of this in terms of you're completed your draft. A 26-year-old.
The two people I was between was Xander and who was the other one? Sorry, it was Xander and Evie were the other 2 people I was between. But
right,
I'm gonna take Deshaun.
Evie's an interesting one too. Yeah. Okay, so Amanda, you are back up. Yeah.
Let's see.
Here's a scoop and a half. Amanda's up. The suspense, Jeff.
Amanda, trust your board.
She might be asleep. We don't.
Wait, what?
She fell asleep in the middle of the draft?
Middle of the sandwich?
She is pregnant. It wouldn't be the first time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sam is warning people off Evie. He says that's an early.
Yeah, that's why I decided to go Deshaun, because I was like, you know what, and I didn't like Xander enough, so I said, you know what, Deshaun.
I also heard a rumor that there was at least one person quitting this season.
I think so.
Evie, babe.
Of course.
Question here from Sam. She takes Evie. Okay. Do you think there will be a tribe swap? If there is, when and maybe top 16? He thinks. What do you guys think about that?
Top 16 seems too soon,
I don't
doesn't
think
it?
it'd be that early. There's only 18 players, right?
Yeah. I would say
Yeah, I feel like maybe
12.
top 14. I could see a 7-7, but yeah, 12 would make
6 to
more
6.
sense even.
Yeah, with it being a 3 tribes, they might it depend. I think it will also depend on like who wins those, who goes to tribal when, and if one tribe's getting decimated, they might
Okay.
do something different.
Jane
Okay.
Quick knows what she's picking. She's picked
Jane
number
knows.
15 on my board.
Sarah Wilson,
Yes.
which reminds me of Officer Sarah for some reason. I don't think it is though. Sarah Wilson, 24-year-old from Boston. Okay, so Sarah is from the Ua tribe, and we're going to talk about all these contestants once we have them ordered. But now Sean is back up. He's waited patiently since taking Eric. Sean and then Jen. It's a question from Sam while we wait. Who do you think will quit?
Ooh.
Who do you? Well, maybe I hope none of the people we drafted so far.
Chantel.
I'm gonna say Jarius.
You think JD?
Yeah. He's
Uh-huh.
young and he looks like he won't be able to handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but he gives me that vibe.
Okay, so Sean is taking Sydney at 13.
I'll tell you guys who I think it is after we're done.
We're done. All right.
Don't want to influence the draft. I understand.
Exactly. But I have a reason why I think, because information I found.
That would have to stay for our spoilers. Don't want to spoil
Okay.
anything.
We don't want to ruin it for
Sam.
For Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam is also saying that David, I think he's referring to David Voci, who was Jameel's pick, reminds him of Gabbo from the challenge. Not Gabbo from The Simpsons? Gabbo, Gabbo, Gabbo!
And that's Survivor Gabon.
Jen is picking Danny.
Urs Eden, Dave.
Danny. Who's Danny? Where's Danny?
Danny was already chosen.
Danny's off the. Danny was first over. Danny's gone.
Danny McRae? Yeah.
Danny was first overall.
Can't have Danny, Jen. Sorry, no Danny for you.
Will he be the superior McRae of reality TV McRae's? That's really the question. All he has to do is not sleep all day, and I think he'll do well.
Okay. She's saying, "Oops." She wasn't prepared for that. She wasn't prepared for Darryl going for the football player, but she should have been, or the pro athlete.
Oh, he would have been gone by now anyway.
Oh yeah.
Sam doesn't think JD will quit because he is too much of a fan. Yeah, and he's also 20 years old. I'm sure he can handle a Survivor, but maybe not. Who knows? Okay, then Liana. Is Liana still available? Yes, she is. Okay, Liana Wallace, 20-year-old from Washington, also from Washington, as is Chantel. Goes to Jen here. Okay, so thank you for the pick, Jen.
On the board.
So Jen goes to Liana goes to Jen. Okay, and now back to Jaemeel. You've waited patiently. Who?
Ooh, okay. Interesting pick. The next person on my board, and I'm gonna follow my board, is gonna be Jeannie Chen. Gene the Machine.
Jeannie, I think, is a dark horse in this race for sure.
Yeah.
I think that it was a player I was considering quite a bit.
It. That's who I was going to take, Jaemeel. You scooped me there.
Yep.
Scooped him. Okay, well, Darryl, you get 2 picks in a row of the final. Who's left? Okay, who's left of the 3? We have Xander.
Yeah, Xander.
Yeah, we have. I feel like we should have more here.
I'll take Xander first.
Rickard. You're taking Xander? Okay, so Darryl takes Xander.
Give me 1 sec.
I just don't want to pick the person lowest on my board. That's all I'm hoping for.
So you have between Rickard and who? Who am I forgetting here? Heather. Oh, yeah, there she is. Heather and see, yeah.
I'm not taking Heather. I'm taking Rickard.
Oh.
Rickard, the 31-year-old from Sedro-Woolley, Washington, not to be confused with Washington, D.C. Okay, so that leaves Jaemeel with the
For Heather.
last pick of Heather.
And she's the last on your board, Heather? Is she the last on your board?
Second last. Chantel is the last on my board.
You could have had Chantel. You threw the shot away.
Gladly.
Yeah. Oh. Where did you meet Jeff go? Okay, guys. So there are our 18 picks on the board. Thank you for all of the Jeff, where did you go?
He went to take Amanda to bed, tuck her in, and then come back.
I'm back. I mean, no, Amanda was already asleep. I picked for her.
All right, good to know.
Okay,
Okay, so
I didn't, but by judging by her picks, I mean, I could have.
all right, just to talk through our order here. So this was the order we went in: Danny, David, Tiffany, Eric, JD, Brad, Erica, Chantel or Shan, which was a great pick, I think. Nasir, Deshaun, Evie, then Sarah, Sydney, Leanna, Jeannie, Xander, Rickard, and Heather. So are you we got a comment here saying Jaemeel looks like he will win. Jaemeel, do you tend to agree?
I agree.
Hey, I mean, he has more picks than him and Darryl have all the picks. I think my picks are pretty solid. Dave, you even said that you were going to take Erica.
I was going to take Erica just for the patriotic pride point things here.
This is
so
Survivor. We're trying to win.
No, I'm trying to win. I don't care about the Patriots.
Yeah. Okay. And so, let's just, maybe we can talk about this cast a little bit with the half an hour we have left. We're going to have to kind of go through each contestant relatively quickly. But maybe in the order that they came up in is what I'm thinking. So maybe we transition. I'm just going to remove this. Give me a moment and I will bring up our cast, as I want to kind of run through the different the players here that we just went through and picked, starting with Danny. Let's go over to Danny McCrae.
I thought we were going Jeff Probst.
Yeah. So Jeff, what do you think about Danny so far? Now Darryl took him first overall. He's a 31-year-old from Frisco.
33-year-old.
It kind of reminds me of like a Mike Holloway style player. Like if he can kind of get along with people and get them to trust him, I think he could go on an immunity run, and that's how he could win the game. But to me, if he gets to the jury, he's going to be like first boot jury. He screams that to me. So yeah, that's how I look at him.
Okay, and do you think he will tell people that he's a football player? Or do you think he'll be recognized as one?
That's a nice thing about the NFL, right? Because, it's not basketball. It's not like, oh, I know you. You played for the Chicago Bulls or whatever. It's like, no, this guy probably played for like X NFL team or whatever, and you'll never know it because, they wear the helmets.
Right. Do you think that his pet peeve of lying could be a detriment to him?
No, that'd probably be an advantage, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and it's probably people lying to him, not him lying.
Sure. Yeah, he says people lying, not being on time, and a lack of accountability.
Lack of awareness, like someone admitting that you have a lack of awareness. Or no, that's his pet peeve. But
that's his pet peeve. Yeah.
Consideration of people's time, space. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if he's irritable. That doesn't do well in Survivor.
No. He could be like Rupert.
He'll be fine in terms of that. In terms of working with a team. He's going to be a person who's going to have great endurance. He'll be able to be up early. Like he's going to be a workhorse. The problem is if he gets recognized / if he is deemed too much of a threat to be kept in the game.
Okay, let's move on to our second overall pick, which was David Voci. Let's bring him up. Here he is. From Highland, California, now lives in Chicago, a neurosurgeon. Jaemeel took him second overall from 35 years old. He likes traveling, snowboarding, and eating, and he's determined, passionate, and stubborn.
Eating is not a hobby.
Really tell all those foodies out there.
I will. Guys, eating's not a hobby. Everyone does it for life. It's like drinking water is not a hobby.
He says his pet peeve is when you work an insane number of hours in a week, you just can't tolerate pure ineptness.
he is going to do very well, or he's going to flame out so hard.
So hard is
So
my
hard.
prediction. Yeah.
Neurosurgeon. He likes to be in control. He is very precise in terms of what he says and what he does. I think he is going to be no more doctors with alphabet strategies, please, Sam. No, no. Right. I think that either he blends into the fabric of the team and does well, or he's going to be gone like pretty soon, like third boat.
Yeah, it's going to be about whether he can like not come across as a control, like I guess irritable and sort of annoyed by them. So what tribe is he on again? He is on the yellow tribe, whereas Danny was on the blue tribe. Okay.
Yes. His hair seems one-sided from that photo too. It's a bad photo.
He said he's going to play like Russell Hantz. So.
He's not going to. People are going to say that, and then they realize it's a lot harder than what it seems.
The neurosurgeons, the Survivor Neurosurgeon Club is a small club, Sam, for sure.
He compares himself to Russell Hantz. He wants to be as aggressive as Russell Hantz.
Yeah. Okay, well, if he can pull it off, I'm all for it. Okay, let's move on to the third overall pick for us, which was Tiffany. Let's have a look at her. Where is she?
She's down there at the bottom.
Yeah, it's an alphabetical here. So Tiffany Seeley, a 47-year-old from Forest Hill, Queens, New York, now lives in Plainsview. She's a teacher and loves to run, talk to people, build things in the house. Someone has to, of course. She's fun-loving and loud, and she hates being wrong. What do we think of Tiffany here?
First one voted out.
Yeah, I almost can't disagree with Darryl here, because if you just read her pet peeves, it's the only thing I agree with is people in a power that abuse it. But even that in Survivor is not good. You have to be able to take punches from people who hold more power than you and then use it against them. That's what, so just saying you hate those things is not good in Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's also from the Yellow Tribe, Yasi, which Sam predicts will be the first to go to Tribal Council. And, I think so tomorrow night in the premiere, 2 people get voted out tomorrow night. So we'll be down to 16 after the premiere, right?
Oh, really?
We think that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's the twist.
That's the twist. That's what I heard.
It's going to be a fast-moving season. So bye, Chantel.
Or Tiffany? No, Chantel. We haven't. Wait till we get to 8. Okay, so but I don't. Yeah, Tiffany. From what I could tell about Tiffany, I don't know what to make of her. Like, I think she went higher than I expected here in this draft. Maybe is my take on it. Okay, let's move to our 4th pick overall, which was Eric by Sean. Eric Abraham. Here he is, 51-year-old from originally from Atlanta, now lives in San Antonio, Texas. He's a cybersecurity analyst, loves to play basketball, golf, and loves to read. He hates people that have characteristics of being slothful, condescending, and sycophantic. Sycophantic?
Yeah.
Sycophantic, yeah.
I have heard that word before. Okay. Eric Abraham, again, as we mentioned, this is an older cast. And what tribe is Eric going to be on? Eric is going to be also on the Yasi tribe, the Yellow Tribe, along with Tiffany and David, who we just talked about. Jeff, what are your impressions here of Eric?
It reminds me of the guy from the no collar, blue collar, white collar season that everybody hated. I forget his name, but he reminds me of that guy.
Is it because he's a cybersecurity guy?
No, he just looks like him, and just kind of like, I don't know. He just kind of he gives me that same vibe. That now I'm not saying he's gonna do the same things that guy did, because he got in a lot of hot water, but he just gives me that vibe of like a kind of like a sneaky player.
He says he plans to play a hybrid style that's like Richard Hatch and Wendell Holland with a touch of Boston Rob.
Which Richard Hatch, this is kind of what I mean. Yeah, he's kind of got that sneaky kind of vibe to him that I think he's going to I think he'll be a good player, but I don't think he's going to go far.
Just a dash of Boston Rob.
When I hear people say that they're going to be like one of these legendary players, I'm like, who are you fooling? This is your first time playing, right? You're not going to hit it out of the park. If you said like someone low-key, like, I'm going to play like Yao Man, I'm like, okay, I can understand that. That's not like too much of a hill to climb. But you want to like compare yourself to giants and you haven't even stepped on the field yet. Come on, man.
No, yeah. Well, I guess your people are just gonna, I think, are gonna pick people they know, or I guess when they're telling the people about it. Okay, so Eric, interesting player. Okay, so let's go to the first member of the Green Tribe who was drafted, which was JD, also known as Yaris.
Oh wait. Dave, can you just share my screen I'm going to share it, but I just want to show you the guy I was talking about, Will Sims. You guys remember Will Sims? Does he kind of look like this guy? Like, I don't know. They got a similar vibe.
He does, yeah.
Maybe.
I forgot him already.
His face a bit different, yeah. But okay.
A bit different. But
all right. We only got 30 minutes left, so we need to run through these 18 people. Okay, let's talk about Jairus, also known as JD Robinson, from Oklahoma City, where he's a student. His hobbies are obviously Survivor, and working with. That's his. What do you mean, obviously?
Is he an NHL hockey player? Obviously. Obviously, we want to win. And obviously, we go out there, we try hard every day. And obviously, we just want to do – it was a hard fight. We just want to do the fans proud, obviously.
Obviously. He likes working with kids for pediatric nursing, athletics, jiu-jitsu, running, and dance. He describes himself as high energy, charming, and charismatic, but he hates bullies and he doesn't like loud eating.
Pretentious, annoying, and problematic. That's what I foresee.
In terms of his past Survivor players, he says he's going to play the game like a culmination of the great winners, specifically Parvati, Fabio, and Jeremy Collins. That's an interesting mix.
So he can say Fabio, because Fabio isn't that hill of a client, big of a
Fabio
client.
won?
A bit
Fabio
of a
won. Jeez.
Yeah, Fabio won. Fabio won, but like that season was a train wreck. 2 people quit right at the end, and and Purple Kelly was never on the show because she quit too. I mean, that season was the worst, one of the worst seasons ever.
He says, "I would love to,
right?
I would love to have Fabio's ability to be underestimated, which is which I believe is the best thing you can be. I don't think anybody's going to underestimate JD here.
They're going to see him coming from a mile away, and he is not going far in this game.
I think he's a big target. Jane, I hope he does well for you in this draft, but I don't know. Even though I said I wanted to draft him, I'm starting to really talk myself out of that. Okay. Is there anything else we want to say about JD or Jairus? Is it Jairus? Jairus?
Jairus.
Isn't it Jairus? I thought it was Jarius at first, but it's just Jairus.
Jairus. Okay, let's go over to our next pick, which was picked by Amanda, but really by Jeff because Amanda was sleeping.
No, Amanda. I was just kidding.
Okay. Brad is our next one. Brad Reese, a 50-year-old from Shawnee, New York. He's a rancher. Jeff, what are your impressions here of Brad?
Is he an 80s hair metal band bassist? Because that's what he looks like. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I think about is when I see this.
He doesn't look very happy. He doesn't look approachable in this photo.
Approachable? You're worried about? I'm worried about in the middle of the night if I wake up and I see him standing over me.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of looks like a serial killer, but like in a campy sort of kids like movie sort of way, like kind of like in Home Alone. What was Marv? He's kind of got a Marv look going.
Yeah, Sam says that Brad looks like Dave from Alone.
Oh yes, he does. He does look like a Dave from Alone. That's a good call.
Sam's on fire tonight.
Yeah, he's just rapid fire here. Brad Reese. Yeah, why do you think that Amanda chose the serial killer vibe for her?
Why did she pick Big D? Nobody knows. I try to figure out Amanda's picks. They never make any sense, and they always seem to go far. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Here's the question I think is the most telling. Which past Survivor you play the game most like? And he says Boston Rob. Mm-hmm. We don't have the same personality, but his thoughtful, strategic play is how I see myself playing.
Then you won't play like Boston Rob.
You won't play
You
like
know, yeah, like a lot of people like, yeah, you can go into a game like Survivor and act like, oh, I'm going to play like this player because I like their strategy. That's not how you're going to play. You're going to play according to your personality, you know,
and how your personality bounces off other people.
Yeah.
So I said Shawnee, New York. It's Shawnee, Wisconsin. Or Wyoming, right? WY.
Yes, he's the
Yeah,
first
Wyoming.
person from Wyoming.
First person. Wyoming.
What up, Wyoming?
What up, Wyoming? He said his pet peeve is lack of initiative. I've heard this a lot.
He's gonna get up at 4:00 in the morning and see people sleeping, and he's gonna get pissed off.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, why aren't they getting firewood at 4 a.m? This is bullshit.
Yeah. Is he on the same team as as Danny?
He's on the same team as JD.
Oh, he's gonna be going after JD so hard. He's 20 years old. You know, like, yeah, he's gonna be going at him hard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Brad. Let's have a look at the next guy, which was Erica, our Canadian
number 2,
or our Canadian resident, at least. Erica,
number 1 in my heart,
taken by Jeff at 7, from Niagara Falls. Jeff,
listen, she's my age, and if she survived Niagara Falls, she can survive anything.
Yep. She's automatically smarter than Brittany from Western New York.
She's from the good side of the border.
Yes.
Yeah, but she still survived it, and then ended up somehow in Toronto. So that tells me something about her.
Right. I'm super excited for Erica being the first Canadian resident because, you know, Canada hasn't had its own version of Survivor like we do have our own version of Big Brother, and we have our divide there. But Survivor, that's always been sort of unattainable for us Canadian residents. Unlike Darryl, a Canadian citizen who lives in the U.S., he could go on. What, are you putting your tape in, Darryl?
No.
Don't count yourself out. Okay, so Erica is a communications manager. Apparently, she's like 5'2" or something.
Ooh, should be good at.
She said she's 5 feet tall, but because of my vibes, makes me seem 5'3".
Yeah.
What's a 5'3" vibe compared to a 5 foot vibe?
I don't know.
She means she's confident. That's what she means.
Yep.
Right.
She's gonna be slipping through every hole, every small hole.
I think, yeah, she'll be good at the competitions. Like holding her arm above, she only got to hold it up a couple feet. Like, she'll be good.
Right. Sam says we need a Newfoundlander on Survivor.
Well, I get one we can't understand, and they have to subtitle, and I totally agree with you.
They should play Survivor in Newfoundland on the Rock somewhere.
Yeah,
Find a beach.
Oh God. Survivor the Rock. We brought 18 castaways out to the Rock just to see if they could survive this place.
The answer's no, unless they find the pub. Yeah.
Half
here
the
we
cast
go.
dies because they get Screech at the merge.
Right. Here's your Screech breakfast. Okay, so in terms of her the past Survivor player she's modeling herself on, Brenda on the outside, Todd underneath. Todd being the other.
Makes sense. Like a much more reasonable comparisons that you're working with. Like, she understands the assignment.
Right. But she doesn't like men in ill-fitting jeans, Jaemeel. What's that about? Okay.
Because skinny jeans look stupid, and I don't care who doesn't like that comment. It looks dumb.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so feeling good about your picture. Oh, there's Jeff dropped again. Okay, let's go on to the real picks of tonight. My back-to-back picks, starting with Shan herself. Let's go over to Chantel, who I took because I couldn't have Erica. So I took Chantel Smith, who is from Toronto, but now lives in Washington, D.C., and she's a pastor. Oh, I didn't see that part.
Oh, you didn't see that part?
No.
Oh,
no. Oh, no.
The first one out, you mean? Is that what you said?
Is this like the Jocasta of Survivor now? Or is this...
And she has no bow tie.
Yeah. Okay. So Chantel, she's passionate, authentic, resilient. She doesn't like bad breath or secondhand embarrassment and slow talkers. And she plans to model herself against who? I think I'm probably going to play the game most like Kim Spradlin.
Wait, what? She's insane. you're absolutely insane. Kim is like a once in like a generation athlete, right? Of playing Survivor with a keen, strong mind. I
Yeah.
do not get that vibe at all from
Yeah.
Chantel.
And she's got some parv in her too, she says.
Yeah, I played
Yeah.
it strategically and relationally like Ty, but
think-
some parv too.
I think she's gonna play like Dawn. That's who I see this person being like.
Who's Dawn?
Chantel. Remember Dawn? She was like the Mormon chick from the mother from.
Oh, yes. Okay,
I
know. Yeah.
don't know.
Does she have all of her teeth? And I like Dawn. I do
Yeah.
like Dawn.
I think she has all her teeth. But Dawn especially played a better game the second time she played. But then she kind of screwed it up at the end. But that's the Cochran. She trusted Cochran way too much, I think.
Yeah. Are you second guessing yourself, Dave?
A little bit.
Okay.
She says her greatest accomplishment is conquering her demons. But here she learned about beauty, strength, and self-image from Xena Warrior Princess. Lucy Lawless taught her so much about how to be strong and assertive and to stand up for herself in a world full of men.
I am woman.
I love that show. I'm with you, Chantel. That just sold me. Carl Urban was Cupid. There was some great stuff on that show.
She's gonna be Joxer.
And she even had a Xena Warrior Princess themed birthday party.
She had a Xena birthday.
Last year.
I'm sold. This is a great pick.
Hear me roar.
She is on, what tribe is she on? She's on the Green Tribe along with Brad and JD. Okay, that's interesting. We'll see. I wonder if she'll. Who do you think she'll gravitate towards more, JD or Brad, of the ones we've talked of so far?
JD.
I say Brad. Sleepy Man Brad.
She's like right in the middle of their ages, right? So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's closer in age, isn't she?
She's like technically
she's
closer to JD.
Yeah, she's closer to JD because JD is what 20.
20.
Yeah.
Brad's 50.
Right. So she's almost in the middle of that. Okay. And then my second pick tonight, I had back to back at the 8th spot. I took Nasir. Now let's have a look at Nasir. I did like this pick. I was happy with him. He's from you're right, Jeff. Sri Lanka is not a town; it is a country. But
pretty big one too.
Yeah. He's achieved the American dream. He says he came here. He learned English by watching Survivor.
That's cool.
Yeah, I had heard, and he's been all around the world. He lived in Dubai when he was 26. He moved to the United States at some point. He's a very hard worker, sales manager. He loves to play cricket.
Wait, is he Indian? Like he's Sri Lankan. He's from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lankan, South Asian would be the appropriate term.
I'm just saying, like, if he was in Dubai and he's like Sri Lankan or Indian, he had to work hard to get out of there. You know what I mean? Like, I think this guy's going to do very well.
He says, "Who's your hero?" He goes, "My mom is my absolute hero. She has sacrificed everything for her children. She had to make all these sacrifices when I was young. And she worked in a foreign country as a housemaid. This guy's lived a life, I think.
Yeah, this guy's going to do good. He is going to do good.
He's
only 37.
Major edit.
What past Survivor player will you model yourself after? He says, "I think I'm pretty original and not too similar to anyone. I have some aspects of former players. Yeah, like my jungle skills.
Yeah.
And engaging personality.
Yeah, he's an engaging, but he's unique. He's not going to try to be like anybody else. It's going to be Nasir.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this guy. I mean, I kind of wish I had picked him.
Now lives in Morgan Hill, California. So I think Chantel's maybe my Hail Mary pick, and I think this is more of a solid pick. I'm glad I took him. Okay, so he's on the Luvu tribe. He's on the Blue tribe with Danny and Erica. So, and then we're going to talk about another member of the Luvu tribe, the Blue tribe, which would be Deshaun.
Can you go back down just to 2 seconds, Dave? I know this is my pick. Just to the overall cast. Can we just can you just look at the difference in the go down the juxtaposition, the difference. Look at the difference between Nasir and Ricard. just look at the pictures. like he looks like he's going to kill you, Ricard. I'm concerned.
We're going to talk about Rickard. We're gonna, is it Rickard or Ricard? I think it's Rickard.
I thought it was Ricard. I think the way he pronounced it was Ricard.
Okay, Ricard. It's
I seriously thought his name was Rick Hard before.
Ricard.
Well, that's just Richard. Like my brother's name is Richard. We don't call him Rick Hard.
The way he pronounced it was Rick Hard.
Yeah, Ricard. That's what I said. Ricard.
Yes.
That's how it's spelled.
There's no H.
It's not Rick.
All right. We'll figure it out tomorrow, I'm sure. Okay, but just to who was the next pick? It was Deshaun taken by Jeff, also from the Luvu tribe. So let's talk about your second pick, Jeff. Deshaun, from he's from San Bernardino, but lives in Miami now. He's a medical student, so maybe he's got some connections with the neurosurgeon.
I thought that was a fake hometown. I'm like, wait, as in like Black Mirror episode San Bernardino?
As in like, yeah, there was a San Bernardino Sons of Anarchy chapter too. I remember that was like led by Robert Patrick near the end of that show. And that's the only thing I know about San Bernardino. And they called it Sam Dino. Southern California, right? That's where San Bernardino is?
It's near LA, I believe. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It's up near San Francisco, because I believe the shooting that happened was in San Bernardino. There was a whole terrorist thing that happened there.
Yeah. So just on Jeff, what do you think about Deshaun so far? Are you feeling good about this pick?
Yeah, loving it. I'm thinking this is my better pick. I think Erica will do good, but I think he's going to do better. The fact that anybody that says they're charming and devious, those are good attributes, like as for Survivor. You have to be able to get people to like you, but then you have to be able to cut throats when you need to cut throats.
Says he's charming, devious, and resilient. And then they go, who are you going to play your game like? He goes, well, I mean, let's be real here. My game will be unprecedented, but I see my game being the most like Sari Fields, socially and mentally, with a sprinkle of Wendell for pulling out competition wins in the clutch and jury management. I'll be like Sari and Wendell's love child.
I think he's going to be like Sari. He's going to play like Sari, which is good. She was a great player.
So charming, funny, kind of like, a little sarcastic maybe at the times.
Get people to open, get people to talk to you, open up to people. That's what Sari was so good at. She was got people to kind of come to her to give her plans, and then she used those plans against people. And that's what you want to be in that spot in Survivor.
Yeah. He's going to be singing with people, and people are going to be digging the vibe.
Well, do you think that my pick, Nasir, and him, they're on the same tribe, they're on the blue team. Do you think that they will get along?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see them working together.
I could see that, yeah.
He looks older. He looks older than 26.
Is he on the same? Is he on the same tribe as the neurosurgeon guy?
No, that's
Okay.
yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the blue tribe.
Because there's quite a few. Like I noticed just from the occupations that a lot of them are like higher society people.
Well, yeah, like maybe
medical student isn't like higher society.
I mean, he will be.
If
he could be a nurse.
That's true. But you know what I mean? There's a neurosurgeon. There's he's not the only one. There was a bunch of the NFL player, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, I guess. Both of these picks, Jeff, are on the Luvu tribe. So it will make it easier for you to keep track of what's going on with your guys.
I guess it's a good mix. There's a grocery clerk, a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. Okay. So then Amanda's next pick, which was Evie. Evie went 11th overall. Let's bring up Evie. Where's Evie?
You won't buy her. She's right there.
Evie Jagoda.
Okay.
20-year-old from Westchester, New York. Now lives in Arlington, Massachusetts. A PhD student. Cooking, biking, being in nature. Describes themselves as extroverted, enthusiastic, and smart. And pet peeves: men. Not all men, but I cannot stand machismo and mansplainers. Anything like that drives me insane. What tribe is okay? So do you think that? David is on that tribe. The neurosurgeon is on that tribe with Evie. Could there be conflict? I say yes.
Yeah.
Back when I dated men.
Yeah, if you just read the pet peeves, Dave, it's not gonna work well in Survivor. You have to be able to take other people's bullshit in a game.
Yeah, on that tribe, you have Eric, you have David, and you have Xander. Those are the men on Evie's tribe.
She said she literally broke up with a guy because the guy pronounced Budapest, and she broke up with him 30 minutes after they got back from the trip. Like, I mean, at least she was able to deal with it until the end of the trip. But I mean, that shows something.
To be fair, if you went an entire trip to a place and the person kept purposely doing that every single time it came up, it would be like, just hold on. just hold on.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jaemeel. I really want to go to Barcelona.
This is interesting. She says her hero is AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the congresswoman from New York. She is just such a badass woman and withstands so much hate from sexism, racism, ageism, etc. Never gives up, never gives in, just like the doctor. I so admire that way that she stands up for regular people against huge opposition. I genuinely cried when watching her speech after a Republican congressman called her a bitch. She stood there in Congress so poised and dignified. Jeff, what do you make of all that?
Oh God.
Jeff would love it.
It's hurting me. It's hurting me to listen. Not that I liked AOC when she first came on the scene. I thought she was doing a lot of good things. Now I think she's kind of a sellout. So maybe this was, done a little while ago, but I have a different. I don't know. I don't think she should be talking about politics, especially in a game like Survivor. You're just going to divide people and get people to dislike you.
Megan here in the chat is just asking who, definitely watch back and see who we drafted. We're kind of just talking about, we did the draft quick there, Megan, and then we were jumping through the different orders. So right now we're on Evie, who was taken 11th overall. So we had a few more to go through. How much time we got left? Okay, we're running out of time. Just in terms of who Evie wants to play like, I really think I have the right combinations of skills to win this game. Sorry, am I looking at the right question? Oh, who do you think you'll be most like? Blah blah blah. It says I think the strategy that would work well for me would be staying close to the center of power, but never directly perceived as the one making the calls. For example, Todd at the beginning of China put Aaron as the leader of his tribe, but knew he could control him. Okay.
Yeah, those answers are good. Like what she's talking about. You have to be able to do that, though. Like it's one thing to say it, but doing it as a whole.
It's even to have that theory is good. Like, so it seems like Evie is at least educated on the game.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay. And then our 12th pick overall tonight was Sarah Wilson on the the Green Tribe, taken by Jane. Let's go over to Sarah. Sarah Wilson, a healthcare consultant from Sherman Oaks, California, now living in Boston, loves poker, aerial, silks, and trapeze, cooking, and baking.
You could put her on any season of Survivor and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know the difference. She's literally the person they look for. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Well,
she could put her on any season, any single season, and she'd be like, oh, Sarah, yeah, so she works. Yeah.
Sarah that's forgotten.
This was Jane's pick. Okay. I don't know what. So Sarah is on the Green Tribe along with Chantel and Brad and JD, who we've talked about already, and claims that she'll play like Kim Spradlin. She actually took the time to get to know the other people. She wants to know people.
She actually cared enough to ask people what their name were,
and then kick butt in immunity challenges. So that's Sarah's plan.
Not gonna be good. Not good. She'll make jury and then get killed. I think.
I don't think anyone's gonna target her early. But we'll see. Okay, that was Jane's pick. Sorry, just conscious of the time and what we got.
Don't worry, David. Tuesday's 9-9-ish.
I know, but Kevin and Ashley are waiting for us. Okay, let's just run over to Sydney, who was our next pick. Where's she here? So we got Sydney. A 26-year-old from Los Angeles, California, now living in Brooklyn. A lot of people transplanted around the country, coast to coast.
Places.
Very specific places. A law student, Jeff.
Yeah. Just reading some of her stuff. Okay,
Yeah,
again, Natalie White.
Wait, she put
that-
Natalie White as her who she
Yeah,
plays like?
yeah.
Lord.
This is
that
not
is
good.
that is worrisome.
And she was like she was respect her because she nursed Russell's ego. That's not what she did. I'm not sure about this girl. I mean I hope I don't know. I'm not sure.
She speaks Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and French or something.
She's smart. I'll give her that. She's definitely smart.
Pet peeves. Go to pet peeves.
Can I tell
Bodily
you guys?
noises, sniffling, snoring, heavy breathing, and coughing.
So people
You are
living. People
Yeah,
living on
living.
an island.
other human beings living.
Yeah, especially sniffling. Like, how do you have a hard time with somebody sniffling?
Yeah, to me, this is the Blue Tribe's early target. I think.
Well,
Can
I tell you guys something about her?
Yeah.
What's
That
that?
I found out just by, I don't think it's a spoiler, but you know how they have Vegas odds on like who they think's going to win?
Mm-hmm.
She's not on the odds list.
That's not a spoiler. Also,
So-
she lives in Brooklyn and she's from LA, so she's one of those like what are they called?
He's like a reverso. That's like Bizarro World. Nobody's
No,
from
no.
LA, right?
if you
But-
live in Brooklyn, I mean, especially
But
10 years ago, I mean, not.
But if she already quit, then she wouldn't be on the Vegas odds list.
right.
What law student? So is she going to school?
She loves knitting and crocheting. Crocheting.
Yeah, crochet.
No,
Crocheting.
so-
Crochet.
I don't know.
Crochet. Yeah.
Okay. Let's any other thoughts about Sydney, right? This is Sydney Segal.
Bye-bye, Sydney.
I think
Bye-bye.
She's gone already.
All right, Leanna is our next one we need to talk about.
That one's
And
not going to work out yet.
Yeah, let's talk about Leanna. 20 years old. She's also sure. I guess I'm not sure who's younger between JD and Leanna, but was
What is
Leanna?
with the pet peeves, guys? What is why is it all chewing with your mouth open and coughing and like Jaemeel said, living? What is going on?
It's different. Like, I understand. Like, don't put that as your pet peeve when you're gonna be on an island, a deserted island, where people are gonna be like, I'm not even gonna say they're not gonna be on the best behavior. They're gonna be like their mind's gonna be elsewhere. A lot of societal norms are gonna be falling to the wayside. You can't have little things like that like mess your head up. This is nonsensical. I'm sorry.
She plans to play the game like Tony Vlachos, except not have other people know that.
No,
No. Tony couldn't let other people know that. Give me a break.
But also like Elaine. So I want Tony's gameplay skills and Elaine's people skills.
Elaine, who?
I think from 2 seasons ago.
Oh
Elaine-
yeah, the Southern girl from West Virginia or whatever.
yeah.
I mean,
Another Washington D.C. connection. Or maybe this is the same one, but Washington D.C. along. So Leanna is on the Yellow Tribe Yasi, along with like Evie and Eric and Tiffany and David, and Xander, who we haven't talked about yet. But there's but Chantel, who's on the Green Tribe. She's also lives in Washington now. So there's some interesting connections here between where people come from in different towns. Whatever that will mean, we'll see. Who took? This was Leanna was Jen's pick. Any other thoughts on Leanna?
no. I mean, bye. Yeah, unless she's good at immunities and then the team keeps her around until jury and then she goes in an immunity run, I don't see her doing that great. But that's just me.
All right, let's go over to the next pick, which was Darryl's pick. No, Jameel's pick. I'm sorry. Jaemeel at 15, which was Jeannie.
Yep.
I like this
Jeannie.
pick. This is a good pick. This woman's got some life experience. She deals with bullshit all day as a grocery clerk. This woman's going to do well.
Yeah, loves cooking, video games, thrift stores, and antique shopping.
I love all those things too. So yeah.
Pet peeves. Hopefully that first one is like not what I think it means.
So she wants people to wear like proper masks, like
Okay. Sorry. I thought I only read up to people who wear masks. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, it's no. She says people who wear masks incorrectly by not covering their nose and mouth or don't wear them all. That's her pet peeve.
She doesn't like dumb people, basically,
yeah,
is what she's saying.
Dumb and inconsiderate people.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
She says she doesn't believe in playing like any past survivor. I'm going to have many alliances so I can always have the best options to further my game.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. Jameel, this was a solid pick late in the draft.
Yeah,
here.
late. Yeah.
Very solid pick. Kind of jealous.
46 years old from Portland. Okay. I like this pick.
I'm gonna cheer for her, even though I didn't pick her. I'm gonna cheer for her.
And she's on Green Tribe, along with Chantel and Brad and JD.
I also, Dave, if you just scroll down just a tiny bit, you can see how short her whole bio is. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very short answers.
Yeah.
She got the Hustle Award at basketball camp one year. The next pick, so we were into our final three here. Xander was the first one that Darryl took here with his final couple picks. Xander Hastings, just robbed of the youngest person title from the other two, JD and Leanna, at 21. Of course, it says 20 here on the site. From Jacksonville, but now lives in Chicago, and he's an app developer.
He's doomed.
Yeah.
He was low on my list too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to take what was there.
The only thing I think is going to be good about him is the fact that he's young, he's a man, and he's still athletic.
I love this answer though. He says, "Which survivor will you play like?" And he goes, "Any of the pretty boy challenge beast charmers. Just take your pick." Jay, Joe, Devin. I think I play the most like Jay, a fellow Florida boy, using my physical prowess to get me to the merge, but more importantly, making strong bonds and charming all and secretly thinking hyper strategically.
This guy is going to be great TV, but a terrible player.
Yeah.
That's what I think about him.
Yeah.
He
says,
reeks of casting. Like recruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Darryl, I know it was a late pick for you, and you have three to go with. But of your three picks, where does Xander sort of rank for you?
Probably second, because my next pick, he looks like Jeff said, he looks like a psycho. So
I put Ricard higher than Xander.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I did because I think people like Xander's just. I think he's going to be unlikable.
I feel like they took a picture and they went smile, and he went no.
DC,
and he's a flight attendant. Those people are always smiling and always happy.
Well, like Brent Champagne.
Like Brent Champagne, yeah. They have to fake it to make it. That's the whole point of being a flight attendant. You're just getting through the flight so you can go do your layover in Honolulu.
So we got Ricard Foyer, a 31-year-old from Linwood, Washington, now living in Sedro-Woolley, Washington. Flight attendant, likes to play the violin, run, and winter guard.
What's winter guard? Do you guys know?
I don't know. I got to look that up. He's hopeful, positive. He says he's funny. Maybe we just got him. He wasn't smiling when they took this picture.
Why though? Like everybody else is smiling in their picture. He looks like he's going to like rip your head off. Like
Brad also looked kind of crazy too in his photo. But let's and just I love the answer. Like who do you play? Who are you to plan to play like? He says Aubrey Bracco.
Aubrey,
that's a deep cut. That's a deep cut.
But when?
When? Yes.
Yeah.
Which Aubrey?
Yeah, which Aubrey? The one that should have won, or the one that got to like fifth?
Still didn't win.
Still didn't win, but actually played a better game. I thought the second time.
Second time around.
I'm not getting Aubrey vibes, but interesting. He's definitely 1 year.
I'm getting Shane Powers vibes. I mean, that's kind of who I'm getting a vibe off him. But he's gay, right? Is he?
Yeah.
I don't. Is he okay?
His hero's his husband. Andy.
Okay, then. Oh, he's married. Okay.
Okay. What is Winter Guard? Winter Guard is an indoor color guard sport, and performance are derived from military ceremonies. Competitive performance-based activity which incorporates choreographed staging, dance, and manipulation of equipment such as flags and prop rifles and sabers.
Oh, so he's like the gun flipper dudes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's on ice. So instead of color guard, it's the Winter Guard.
Okay. And he's deaf in 1 year.
You can't wait for the scenes. to show
But
it.
he
wonder
can.
what.
He can,
Oh man, this guy's gonna be good TV.
he can read lips.
That's helpful in this game. I will say that is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, the final pick of this draft, Heather Aldrett. Let's bring her up. So she went last from Charleston, South Carolina, and that's where she lives too. She's a stay-at-home mom, loves exploring, painting, tennis, and pickleball. Authentic, passionate, and devoted, and does not like loud cell phone talkers and people who choose not to hear the truth, and bullies. So Jaemeel, you claim Heather here with the final pick. You were sort of assigned her. So if she wins, you will win this draft. She says, "Who do you play to play in Survivor?" Like it says Rick Devens.
Rick Devens.
Rick Devens.
Rick Devens.
Even when it was getting bad, he made his time fun. I want to make my experience a truly fun adventure, even if only for myself. I want to be belly laugh when it's so tough. Tina Wesson is another player she mentions here. She was
Tina.
calculated, direct, and
She's Tina.
kind.
That's what she is. She's Tina.
Yeah.
She's a older woman that's from the South and has good old stories to tell. And yeah, I don't know. That's kind of how I see it. Yeah.
But Tina wouldn't win in modern game at all. Tina won at the right time.
She played again and she got killed.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's going to happen to her.
Yeah. I could. Okay. And what tribe is she from? Heather is from the Blue Tribe. And along with Sydney and Deshaun and Nasir and Erica and Danny.
I'm interested in this pet peeve comment she made though. People who choose not to hear the truth. That's very interesting to me because I want to know what she means by that.
She's going to tell people the truth. People are not going to believe her, and she's going to get frustrated.
And voted off.
And voted off.
And at 52 years old, is she the oldest castaway here? Yeah, she is. Okay, so but just slightly older than Eric, who went.
It's a good picture, though. Kudos, Heather. Good picture.
Yeah.
Good job, Heather. Okay, guys, so we made it. We made it through the draft, and we made it through the contestants and the full cast preview tonight. And we are running out of time as we have to get to our next podcast, which is our Star Trek Deep Space Nine at 9 podcast. We do every Tuesday night over at Live Long and Podcast. If you're a Star Trek fan, check out our other channel. Check out the Live Long and Podcast channel because on Monday nights we talk about Star Trek, the original series. On Tuesday nights, like I mentioned, Deep Space Nine. And right now we're talking about new episodes of Star Trek Lower Decks on Thursdays, along with Davin Skellhorn from Locutors of Trek, who I will be joining on his podcast on Sunday afternoon. What else have I forgot to mention? Here on Super Mater Brothers Podcasting tomorrow at, I guess, like 10-ish, Jaemeel and Jeff will be covering that 2-hour premiere while Darryl and I watch the Veto episode, and then we're going to talk about that episode right after. So we're dividing and conquering on this as we have to just wrap up this Big Brother season. And we will also be talking about the Big Brother live eviction on Thursday. Jeff, Jaemeel, and I, as we've been doing for like 11 weeks in a row, as we just watched Xavier win the whole thing, which might be the thing. Sam admits he has a crush on Michelle Fitzgerald. You know, I love when Wendell was like, we used to bump it together. We used to bump it together. You know, or dig it together.
Sam, I've always had a crush on RC, and I wish you got to play again.
Ooh.
There you go.
She was supposed to be on Bloodwater too. But
She was. And then
her
someone
father.
Who replaced her was Kelly Wentworth?
I think so, possibly.
Yeah. So also, I think I've mentioned all of our podcasts and everything else. Also in Super Mario Brothers podcast, we've been covering Marvel stuff all year. If you're a Marvel fan, check out all those podcasts that we've done, including more recently Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And just to also plug our next episode of Trivial Debates, which will be on Sunday. I need to take this down, stop screen, and share. And bring it up. Oh, there it is. So this next episode of Trivial Debates coming up on Sunday morning, we're going to be having Max Duda, Davin Skellhorn, and Jessica Chan in a 3-way competition with Chris Seymour hosting. Talking about the greatest musical ever made, or who's the greatest 80s hair band. So all that's going to be coming up this Sunday. So if you like trivia and debates and people arguing about different topics, we do like a category for movie, sports, TV, music, history, and a wild card. And somebody wins, and two people lose. But we all have fun. So
Chris might lose.
Chris will lose.
Thanks, Megan. Make sure to check us out tomorrow for the premiere. Jeff and Jaemeel will be here, and check out our other content. We love always getting new viewers and subscribers. Okay, so thanks, Darryl. Thanks to everyone who was in our chat tonight. The other 8 of us, or the other 4 of us, sorry, that are in that draft. Amanda, Jane, Sean, and Jen, and lots of fun. We're wrapping up and heading over to Live Long and Podcast.
So just hop over.
Hop right over.
Bye, Commish.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Okay. Have a good night.
Yeah.